What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Real Talk, where every Monday we'll give you guys the latest movie news, and today's no different. We always start off with the trailers, so let's get started because we do have a lot of stuff today. Alright guys, so starting off with the trailers, like we always do. This trailer is not my favorite of the bunch that we're going to talk about, but it's definitely for one of my most anticipated films coming out this year, and it was on my list, so go check out that video. We did a video of recapping our most anticipated movies coming out this year, so a link for that will be in the description. And the movie is for, the trailer I should say, is for War for the Planet of the Apes, so check it out.
I did not start this war. But I will finish it.
Alright guys, so I didn't really like this trailer as much as I did the second one. This is the third and final one. But it still got me hyped for the movie. I'm so hyped. The second one got me so hyped. And I was like, this movie cannot come out any sooner. I want it now. So, yeah, like I said, it was an okay trailer. I had a little bit more shots. It kind of gave you more of a look into kind of like Caesar's sort of perspective of like, okay, we're apes, but we're not savages. We're still going to save this little girl, like, or at least bring her to safety or whatever. And to give you more little perspective of, I think even the main villain, which is played by Woody Harrelson, and Woody Harrelson's going to pop up in another trailer. I think he has like a son or something, and he's kind of trying to. This is why I love this movie. And I don't want to talk too much about it, but it gives you like you're rooting for the apes, but also for the humans, because it's like you put yourself in the humans, obviously, because we're humans, and it's like if this were to happen to us, we'd want to survive, you know? So, I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get too into it. I'm looking way too much for this movie. Yeah. Alright, the next movie we're going to talk about is for a movie that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and it's for the Emoji Movie. Just kidding. Actually, check it out.
That's our user, Alex. We have an incoming text. We are go for men.
Who, me?
What's he doing?
He's making the wrong face.
Huh? What the heck?
Welcome to the
Alright, so you know what? I don't care if I get hate or whatever. I'm kind of looking forward to this movie. And there are two reasons why. And there are two movies that I want to mention that, came before it. Those movies are Wreck-It Ralph, in which you can get a feel for it in this trailer. How, they kind of had to, like, go to the cloud or whatever to, like, stop certain something. I don't really know. But, kind of like in Wreck-It Ralph. And I loved Wreck-It Ralph. And the Lego Movie. Obviously, because when people first were like, you know what, Lego Movie? Like, I don't think that's going to work. The same thing, that's what I thought, like, when I heard about the Emoji Movie moving forward and stuff like that. I was like, really? Like, is that how desperate Hollywood got now to they're making a movie about emojis? But looking at this trailer, I mean, it could be a horrible movie, for all I know, but it could also be a pretty cool, fun little movie like the Lego Movie was, or like Wreck-It Ralph was. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. The thing that did make me laugh was at the end where the whole poop thing. He said, we're number 2. Like, I literally laughed out loud in that part, but whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Color me shocked, whatever. So the next movie, completely changing tone and stuff like that, is for a movie starring Steve Carell and Emma Stone, two of my most favorite actors working today. And Emma Stone coming off of, her win for Best Actress in La La Land. These actors actually worked together in a lot of stuff before, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking about Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. But they did have worked together in Crazy Stupid Love and I think something else too. But they're reteaming for this movie, and this movie is called Battle of the Sexes. Check it out.
Business, sports, you name it. At the very top, it's the man's world.
It's when we want a little bit of what you've got. That's what you can't stand.
40 million people are watching. The battle you've all been waiting to see.
I'm done talking. Let's play.
Alright guys, so like I said, I'm actually looking forward for this movie a lot because of the cast. And I believe it's the same directors that directed Little Miss Sunshine. And yeah, it just looks so cool. Like, it seems like it has an important message, obviously, and is based on the true story. but obviously that message could be translated for today, you know, how battle of the sexes, and how, you know, Steve Carell's character wasn't, you know, or the person he's portraying, you know, kind of felt like, you know, no, like girls can't do it or whatever, like watch the men do it or whatever. He's kind of, you know, sexist. And in I love that Emma Stone's character, or again, you know, the person she's portraying, she's all for feminism, and it looks like she might like women as well. But I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this film for that, like to explore those topics and stuff like that. And I think it's gonna do a good job, because it's kind of cool to see these topics explored in like a comedic way and stuff like that, and then obviously show you that, you know, the not right side of it, but I don't want to get too like political or whatever. But anyways, I'm really excited for the film. All right, guys. So the next trailer we're gonna talk about is the final trailer actually for this summer's The Mummy, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later as well. So check it out.
I'm scared.
It takes a monster to defeat a monster.
Alright guys, so this is the movie I was talking about, where they kind of took a hint of like the last trailer, because they had Painted Black playing, you know, in the background and stuff like that, and how like a lot of trailers were using like old songs and stuff like that. And this one kind of felt like odd, like the soundtrack for this, or like the score, whatever, in the background felt odd. Like they kind of just placed it there, like, hey, this is the final trailer. We got backlash for using a song in the last one, so here's this, you know. You know, it kind of, again, with this last trailer, kind of didn't blow me away. I'm still excited for the movie, but it kind of didn't do like a justice, I guess, to get me super pumped, you know. But like I said, the last trailer I think was a little bit better, and it kind of pushed me towards the side of, you know what, I'm actually looking forward to this movie, actually. So yeah, other than that, I don't really have much to say for it. We already covered this trailer before. And yeah, Tom Cruise. Alright guys, so the next trailer we're going to talk about is for a movie called The Glass Castle, and it's starring Woody Harrelson, I told you he's going to pop up again, and Brie Larson. So check it out.
We ain't like other people. We got a fire burning in our bellies. You were born to change the world, not just add to the noise.
Why do you think all of us ran away from you? We were drowning.
Alright guys, so this movie, I know it's based on a book and a memoir, if you will, and wow, this movie, it's right up there. If I'm gonna place these trailers or whatever, this one's probably gonna take number 2, because it just looks so amazing. Woody Harrelson has been doing a great job recently. He was in I was gonna say The Hateful Eight. That would have been interesting. Edge of 17 with Haley Steinfeld, and that movie was so good. He was so good in it. He's always great. Zombieland, that's like one of my favorites. But yeah, and obviously Brie Larson, she won 2 years ago, I think now, for her performance in Room. She's always so good in her movies, and I think this is going to be directed by the director of Short Term 12, which Brie Larson also starred in. And yeah, like I said, this has got to be like right up there with, like I said, with the trailers. This is probably gonna be number 2 as far as most anticipated and like favorite trailers that we're gonna talk about. Yeah, it's just like, again, I can't really dive into it without trying to, like, you know, not spoil it, but anyways, like kind of like just go into it, you know. I don't want to waste too much time on it, but it looks very good. I'm definitely gonna go watch it. Can't wait. But the final trailer, and it is my favorite trailer of the bunch, and it's for a Netflix movie called Okja, Okja. Yeah. So check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only.
And yeah, guys, wow, I can't wait for this movie. It's directed by the same guy who did Snowpiercer, and that movie was so underrated. That movie was so awesome. I have it. It's up there in my collection. And I just can't wait for this movie. What a great cast, too. Tilda Swinton, Paul Dano, Jake Gyllenhaal, Stephen Ewan, I think, from The Walking Dead. Also, we have from another AMC show, Breaking Bad, Gus Freeman, I think Freeman or something. He also you see him in the trailer, and obviously the little girl. I think this is her first movie. But wow, what a great trailer! What a great I guess soundtrack or music to use in this trailer. And Netflix again, Netflix and A24, and obviously, well, they're two different things. But anyways, Netflix has really been pushing it. We're gonna get another movie from them later on this. Well, we're gonna get many movies, but this year, starring Will Smith. I'm forgetting of the name of it, but we're also getting The Irishman from them in 2019. Martin Scorsese, they're really bringing us great content, and I cannot wait for this movie. And yeah, this trailer and this movie definitely gave me a vibe of Miyazaki. It's like a Miyazaki film brought to life, and that's awesome, Yeah, other than that, guys, that's my favorite trailer of the bunch that came out last week. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. And now let's move on to the movie news. Alright guys, so starting with the movie news, our first story is involving the movie Flash, starring Ezra Miller. So we have some bummer news and we have some good news. So let's start with the bummer news so that way, I guess. Well, let's start with the news overall. The news was that Robert Zemeckis and Matthew Vaughn and Sam Raimi were in the running for to direct this movie. And before I get into it, what I think about the choices, now it's been reported that also Mark Webb was in talks for the movie, and he's another Spider-Man director, and he directed this year's Gifted, starring Chris Evans. But he was in the running, but he's out. And also Sam Raimi, the other Sam Raimi, the other Spider-Man director, he was in the running too, but now he's also dropped. And another person who's dropped out of the project is Billy Crudup. He was supposed to play Ezra Miller's dad, or the Flash's dad, Barry Allen's dad. And you can see him actually in the Justice League trailer. He's there. He's behind in prison, obviously, if you know about the Flash. But he's dropped out of the movie, so it's speculated now that some of the reshoots that happened recently for Justice League, and yes, every movie has reshoots, so don't worry, don't freak out about Justice League. It's fine. Let's hope. So maybe some of the reshoots were kind of replacing him, the dad, or something like that, which is kind of a bummer. I was really looking forward to Billy Crudup playing Barry Allen's dad. But yeah, talking about the directors themselves. So we have two of the directors. Well, these are the big names and the ones we know of. So Matthew Vaughn and Robert Zemeckis, and we reported that Robert Zemeckis was in the running. I think about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So what did I think? Obviously, before Sam Raimi left, I was really digging that choice, and I know a lot of people, but he already did Spider-Man and whatever. But I don't know why. And some people said, oh, he's looking for to redeem himself because of Spider-Man 3. But I don't think that's why I was attracted to him directing The Flash. I think because he did such a great job. I feel like he's a right director that knows how, obviously from the previous Spider-Man films, that knows how to balance that, like a superhero, his story, his superpowers, when he's a superhero, when he's a human, he knows how to balance that so good. And not saying that Matthew Vaughn or Robert Zemeckis can't, because Robert Zemeckis has a great filmography, and I think that would be a very interesting choice, and I would love to see his interpretation of The Flash. But I feel I don't know, something about him kind of is off. I'm not saying he's a bad director or whatever, but I would much rather have Sam Raimi direct, but he's obviously dropped out now. So, and Matthew Vaughn, he's a great director. He's directed First Class, Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Secret Service, and I think he did something else. Obviously Kingsman 2, but I think he did something else. But anyways, he's also in talks again to direct another DC movie, which I would love for him to direct that one instead, and that's the Man of Steel sequel. I would love for him to direct that instead. I feel like he would do such an amazing job directing that. So that's why I kind of don't want him to direct The Flash. So that would leave us with Robert Zemeckis, which is, like I said, not a bad choice. It's something kind of off about him that I kind of feel like maybe it's the other choices of directors like Sam Raimi and Matthew Vaughn. But yeah, guys, let me know who you would want to direct The Flash, or if you still would like Sam Raimi or maybe Mark Webb to direct. I'm kind of leaning more towards Robert Zemeckis because I want Matthew Vaughn to do the Man of Steel sequel. So yeah, guys. Alright, guys, so sticking with the superhero news and the DC news is that we finally got the early reactions for Wonder Woman, and they've been primarily positive. I say primarily positive because obviously they're not. Here's the thing though, there hasn't been any negative reviews. There's just been like, it was alright. It's like a DC movie, and then there's been like, it was a good film, like not a great film, but it was good, it was fun, it was awesome, you know? So with that being said, I'm kind of like relieved, like, you know, like, because I've been looking forward to this movie for a long time, and it's in my most anticipated list of this year as well. So I'm kind of relieved that it's not bad, like it's not horrible. But I'm not gonna let these early reviews get into my head, like saying, oh, like this is gonna be a great movie, it's gonna be the best in the DC cinematic universe so far, blah blah. You know, like I'm just kind of relieved. Okay, now I want to go see it. I have my tickets already, so I want to go see it. You know, experience it for myself, digest it, and you know, review it. You know, just kind of, you know, I don't want to let that, you know, get into my head and kind of, you know, ruin the whole experience. I don't want to overhype myself and stuff like that. But like I said, for the most part, I'm relieved. And yeah, I'm just glad that, yeah, there haven't been any like horrible reviews and stuff like that. So let's see. There's only a few people in their Twitter reactions, stuff like that. They are credible sources though, because they are movie critics and stuff like that. So yeah. So moving on with the superhero news, as I look to my little board, continuing with a little bit of Marvel news, is that Michael Fassbender was in the Josh Horowitz podcast, and he was ended up asking Michael Fassbender if he's going to be in any of the new X-Men movies. There's New Mutants coming out, Dark Phoenix, and yeah. So which Michael Fassbender responded like, yeah, maybe, like, yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, like he said kind of like the safe response, you know, but also he was kind of genuine in saying like, yeah, he is gonna come back. So for me, if he's gonna come back, that's so awesome, because I mean, First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, the one thing they have in common for me is that Michael Fassbender has been so great as Magneto. He's had a wonderful, great thread throughout the films, and I love the dynamic between him and Professor X and Fassbender and McAvoy. So if he returns, no complaints here. I would love that. As a matter of fact, Magneto was one of the biggest characters in those movies that had a lot to do. They did justice to the character, even though in Apocalypse, you know, I don't want to get into spoilers, but he had a lot to do in the beginning, but then like they really delved into his story, and then at the end he was kind of just there. But yeah, with that being said, I'm looking forward to, I hope he does return. More Michael Fassbender is not a problem here. Alright guys, so on another villain that we're going to talk about, I did talk about this briefly. I have another video on it when the news initially broke, so that link will be in the description as well. But just really brief, we're going to talk about Tom Hardy being cast as Venom, and Ruben Fleischer directing it and stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, I like the casting. I'm kind of hesitant because like I want it to be true. I want to get this movie, but I still kind of have a doubt in my, like, you know, I just want it to happen, you know, and I'm interested in seeing if they're gonna include Spider-Man in this, or how they're gonna do the Venom story without Spider-Man. So I'm interested in that. And obviously something I didn't mention in that video though, that it's going to be released on October 5th next year. They're aiming for that, or maybe they're going to have to push it or something. But I think if they get it started now, then I think they can make the October 5th release date. So yeah, that's that. Alright guys, and moving on with another universe, cinematic universe, is the Dark Universe. And we got announced that from Universal that it is going to be called Dark Universe, and the next film in that universe is going to be Bride of Frankenstein, which is being released in 2019, February 14th, I believe, which is kind of odd. I would want like an October release, like September release for that, or even a late summer release for that. I think that is August. But yeah, also we got a confirmation that Johnny Depp is in fact going to be the Invisible Man, and we got a Frankenstein as well, and that's going to be another Pirates of the Caribbean star, Javier Bardem. He's going to be cast as, where he's going to be playing Frankenstein. So what do I think about the news? I think the universe name is interesting. Dark Universe, maybe they should have just like a Monster Universe or something. I don't know, like Classic Monster. I don't know. It's okay. Now, what do I think about the castings? Great. If Johnny Depp's the Invisible Man, that's going to be awesome. If Javier Bardem is going to be Frankenstein, that's another perfect casting in my opinion. Now, what do I think about the next movie? It's going to be interesting because The Bride of Frankenstein is like supposed to come after Frankenstein, but so are we going to get Frankenstein already and then we're going to like get his movie or something? So it's an interesting choice and an interesting way that we're going to go with this franchise now. But nonetheless, I'm interested in how these characters come out. I hope they do them justice, and I hope we get some great movies and they're successful, so we can have that like Avengers type of movie where they all come out, because we're getting the Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Visible Man, and then the Werewolf Man as well. So seeing all those characters in one film, like I don't know how is it gonna be, or they're gonna be complete bad guys or anti-heroes or something like that. So it's definitely interesting, and I will keep my eye out for them. All right, guys, so moving on. Deadline is reporting that director David Ayer, he directed End of Watch, Fury, Suicide Squad. He's in final negotiations to direct the new remake of Scarface. And obviously, we already know that Diego Luna is attached to that, playing the main character, Mexican immigrant, and this version of the film. And it's going to be like a reimagining of the story. Obviously, it's going to be in modern day in Los Angeles. Yeah, he's in talks to direct it. He's nearing the final deal. So I like it. I really like it. He's also done Street Kings, I think, along the same kind of lines of a Scarface type-ish movie. And he did Gangster Squad, I believe, which I didn't mind. A lot of people hated it. I understand it's like not a good movie, but I didn't mind it. It was you know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Obviously, people are like, "Oh, don't touch Scarface. You can't remake it," but they don't realize that it was a remake itself from the, I think, 1930s or something like that. 1938, I think. There was a Scarface, then they remade it into a more modern one at the times with Al Pacino. And now they're going to remake it again. That's how it works in Hollywood. So, I mean, if you like Scarface and it's a remake, then why are you complaining that they're remaking it again? Anyways, so I like the news. David Ayer is a great director. He's directed Fury, was amazing. And The Watch was such a good movie. Suicide Squad is a very controversial movie. I'm kind of in the middle of it. Like, I like certain parts of it, the movie, and I just thought it was just a whole missed opportunity of a movie. So yeah, I'm gonna review that movie later on this year, and for what, you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. But anyways, I like the choice. I hope he does it. I don't know if he's gonna do this after or before Gotham City Sirens, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Also, gosh, I forgot their names. The Coen brothers and Josh Herman have writing the script. They wrote the most recent script that they have. So obviously those names, Coen brothers, come on, like this movie had, and then Diego Luna playing the main character. Everything just sounds like it will be a great little film, a little remake. So finally, the final news of today, guys. It's another Deadline story. And they're reporting that none other than our Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland, is actually gonna. He's in negotiations to play a young Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie, and yeah, and it's gonna be obviously gonna, I guess, kind of delve into the plot of Uncharted 3, where we saw Nathan Drake as a young fellow. So yeah, what I think about the casting, I think Tom Holland would be a great young Nathan Drake. And I think the movie would be great as a movie of Nathan Drake, but obviously that has flashbacks, and that's Tom Holland is going to be that Nathan Drake, obviously a younger version of it. If the movie is all around a kind of like a prequel to the games or something like that, or just a movie that's going to start off a franchise, and obviously Tom Holland's going to get older and stuff like that, so they're going to do a lot of movies. I'm kind of disappointed if the film is like that, because we've been looking forward to an Uncharted movie for a long time. And we wanted this interpretation of the character like the one we saw in the games, like in Uncharted Drake's Fortune, and the second one and the third one. I played all of them. The fourth one I have it, and I think I'm almost done with it. I haven't finished it yet though. So yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to that movie, like when he's older and stuff like that, going on adventures with Sully and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna say like, oh, I hate the choice or whatever, because I did like him in the Lost City of Z. He comes out with Tom Holland, with Charlie Hunnam, and obviously I really liked him in Spider-Man, and he's been in The Heart of the Sea. He's also been in like another movie with Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman is he was in Suicide Squad. I'm forgetting the name of the movie, but I think he's a good actor so far. So it'd be cool to see him in this Uncharted movie. But like I said, if it's a movie of him when he was like a prequel type of thing, I don't know. I'm still gonna go see it and stuff. I'm kind of still like kind of shocked and kind of don't know what to think. But like I said, if the movie is like like where Drake's older and stuff like that, and Tom Holland is Drake and the flashbacks, perfect. That would be cool. But we still don't know. At least that's all that was released by Sony, that Tom Holland was getting cast as him. But if they are gonna do a younger version of the character in a whole full length movie, then I mean I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they can make this a franchise, so that you can see Tom Holland grow into the role like Spider-Man and stuff like that. So let's just see. Like, all we can do is just wait and see. And yeah, guys. So that was the last story, guys. That was it for today. We had a lot to cover. And yeah, hopefully this is a pretty quick episode. But I'm still gonna obviously cut it into clips if you guys don't want to see the full length episode. So as always, guys, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Real Talk with ZKs. Stay tuned this week for a bunch of reviews. I'm going to be reviewing both the Baywatch and the new Pirates of the Caribbean films, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, until next time, guys, peace.